An easy road for both lecturers and students across the country. In Awka, the Anambra State capital, members of ASU took to the streets, protesting the delay in the implementation of the agreement with the federal government.
If this strike fails, the average student in a federal government university will have to pay not less than 200,000 naira as school fees. The very large chunk of the youth will be unable to access education in the public universities. You can be assured that the crime rate will rise.
At a congress in the University of Ibadan, a national officer of ASU said there is no going back.
We cannot really continue to postpone the time we are going to actually address the rot and decay we are talking about. And that is why we are saying government needs to urgently inject some massive fund as contained in all the documents, the agreement, the MOU, and the initial assessment report. And that's why we are saying government needs to inject at least 500 billion naira.
One thing that it is necessary that man must make demands, but each demand you are making, you must situate it as the existing circumstance. Is it practicable? And so there's no need of you saying government should make commitments that will be difficult for them to fulfill tomorrow.
While the federal government insists on practical demands, parents express concern over the negative implications of the strike.
We really want the government to do something to end the strike so that at least the children will be occupied.
And they say when two elephants fight, it's the grass that suffers it. It's the students that suffer it.
The situation has also greatly affected those whose businesses thrive on the presence of students on campus. Food vendors, transport service providers, and other service providers who are complaining of commercial paralysis.
Since this issue of this strike, because it affects our business for so long, up to now we don't know our fate.
It affects our sales very, very badly because when there is students, we are selling our goods, our minerals, everything very well. But since they are not around, there is no sales at all.
Business is comatose for some, but students who are mostly affected are divided on the issue.
We want to plead on the federal government to please call off the strike. It's affecting us. We've been at home for so long and we are no longer enjoying this. I want to also use this opportunity to call on ASU. Please accept the concession given to you by the federal government. We are tired of staying at home.
With the strike also comes some drama as exhibited by two factions of the National Association of Nigerian Students in Kano.
99.9% of Nigerian students today does not know the content of this agreement. We think that it is time for us to stop trading blames with ASU. It is time for us to put Nigerians first, and it is time for us to make the whole world know that we are just appealing now. They should look at us like they are children.
He has no right single-handedly to call that protest without inviting the senators to deliberate and discuss and see ways forward. One, we say that National Secretariat of NANS is at Abuja. Why should he come to Kano?
Although this is not the first time the academic calendar has been disrupted by an ASU strike, the stakes are much higher now, with not just the welfare of the union, but issues of revitalization of the educational system in the country being thrown up as well.
right, welcome back. Well, we'll start off with this continuing focus on the national conference. You've heard some comments coming through from different persons. The latest happens to be that of Jang, which is quoted in the paper saying, listen, the recommendations should not end up with the National Assembly or shouldn't even go there at all, but different shades of opinion. Mr. George Eke joins us this morning. He's a legal practitioner. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you so much.
Well, this matter is being talked about almost everywhere. The modalities, whether or not it should hold. In fact, I do hear, if I remember properly, some are suggesting, why don't we move this to after 2015 elections? But there will always be different opinion about this. What do you think so far? Should the conference go ahead and hold? How should they hold?
Well, this is about the most confusing event that we have had in recent times.
Why do you say
confusing in the sense that you are not too sure of what the conference is all about, even though the general thing is that let us talk. There's this omnibus, language of let us talk. You don't know what we are going to talk about. You don't know who we are going to talk. You don't know whether it is supposed to be an ethnic dialogue, which David Mark suggested. You don't know whether it will end up as a constitutional conference, which is what they are expecting, that there's going to be a constitution thereafter that is going to be supreme or take precedence over what we have.
But isn't that why, sorry to cut you there, but isn't that why we have the advisory committee to lay out all of those things, to advise on some of these things and possibly show us the way
forward?
Part
of the confusion is that even the advisory committee, you notice that some people are making remarks that, there is no youth in the advisory committee. We are talking about advice. The president would have as well just asked his minister for special duties to advise him. But we are already quarreling with even the composition of the advisory committee, not to